out some beautiful manuscripts from the Florence Cathedral and see some joyful noise.
We have here the lectern from the baptistry in Florence. It was produced in the 1500s to support the choir books and the music that singers and people participating in the Mass in Florence at the cathedral complex used. It was a stand where you could put enormous books on the top, and then you put smaller ones on the shelf and inside the containers at the bottom. But for us, what's really fascinating about this particular work is that it saved several important works during the flood of 1966. In 1966, Florence was inundated, in some places with 15 to 17 feet of water in some of the public squares, and that water even entered the Cathedral Museum where this lectern was located. Fortunately, the three biggest, most elaborate books from the cathedral were on the top of this stand, and so they got no water damage as well. One of those books is on display here at the High Museum. Other books, unfortunately, that were smaller were below, and they did, in some cases, get wet, and in some cases, the descriptions, the music, and the words did get blurred by the water.
How did this piece end up here? Did it get renovated and removed, or is it on a travel exhibition now, or?
This piece got here because the Cathedral Museum in Florence is currently closed for an expansion project. After the flood in 1966, everything had to be restored. Much of the woodwork here, some of the glue came loose and it had to be pieced together, but it's been on display since the early 1970s in the Cathedral Museum as part of a series of collaborations that the High Museum has had with the people in Florence. We were able to bring this great lectern as well as some sculptures that are associated with musical performance in the cathedral too.